Third session? Okay.
Call the regular meeting of March 8th of the City of Cedar Springs to order. If you would all please rise with me and recite the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you one and all for coming this evening. If you have a cell phone, would you please turn it down to quiet. Thank you. Roll call. Ms. Estes.
Here.
Ms. Conley.
Here.
Mr. Groves. Here. Mr. Hopkins.
Here.
Ms. Nixon.
Here.
Ms. Powell.
Here.
Mr. Hall is here. Public comment. At this time, the City Council welcomes and encourages the public to speak during the public comment in the public hearing portion of the agenda. However, Council policy is to hear the public comment, not to act on the public comment at this time. Concerns brought before the Council during the public comment portion of the agenda will be referred to the City Manager for action. If, after communication with the City Manager, no resolution is reached, the concern will be elevated to the Mayor and then eventually to the City Council for action. Those citizens wishing to speak on agenda or non-agenda items will be allowed a maximum of 4 minutes each to address their concerns. This is the only time during the council meeting citizens are allowed to address the council. Please state your name and address for the record when you come to the podium to speak. At this time, is there anybody wishing to address the council?
I will.
Donna Clark, 18 North Grant. I just want to say I'm just so proud of the way the community is working together, getting ready for this big summer kickoff and celebration and a week-long thing, and we're just so. We had meetings, and I was there last night. It was wonderful. Terry didn't give up all those years working in the chamber, and all the people in the town that have gotten together just kept that chamber going and kept those events, whether they were a few people or more than a few. But now it's really starting to happen. There's just so many good things happening in our town. People are attracted to it. More businesses are coming. It's good for the library. It's good for the chamber. It's good for the churches. It's good for everybody. More and more people are coming in, and people with resources and people with ideas. I was blown away today, and just a little subgroup that came out of maybe 20 to 30 people meeting at the library now to talk about what's needed in the community. Even Mel Trotter's coming, and Alpha, and the library, and there's so many others. Like just all kinds of different people that are coming from our community to try to leverage all of our Kent ISD and just schools and 30 groups, DHS and Cherry Health and just everyone coming together. And out of that, there was such a need expressed for affordable housing that there are like 62 homeless people and homeless children in our schools, which means families. And then there's just such a heart. So there's a housing committee that's come out of that. It met today. Again, it's met like 3 times. And, just talking about families that are just on the edge of being evicted. And if they are, if there's some way we can have some resource that we can help them. Like today they talked about a family at $320 and they're going to be out tomorrow if they don't have the rent. They don't have it. They just had something that they could pull together, like a little fund that these counselors know who they are and know if they're really in need and if they could help them. So that's one. I'm just saying at the library, I'm just seeing wonderful things happen in all kinds of ways. A lady came in today who works with, she said there are 800, I didn't know there are 800 children in Cedar Trails. And she works with getting books together and other things. And so she said, I have so many children's books, I don't know what to do with them. And so we started figuring out different ways that she could give them away. It's story time, but at all kinds of other places in town. There are 5 businesses, I think, Big Boy, and just saying there's a variety that are putting baskets out with these children's books that she's going around service month. And we have a little library too outside the city hall. You can put them in there. So it's just connecting, and getting this system out. And I just want to say, our plan last year, of course, the perfect year to have Build a Better World was last year because we built our better world. And that was the summer reading theme, not just our thing, but across the nation. So what we're planning to do this year is a music thing, like Libraries Rock. So this is kind of going to be something like this here at the top, so that it has the library. So we're going to have something like that, like we did up here for us. And then down below we had a lot of the prizes that were given, but we're thinking of giving some time to another banner saying, the citywide kickoff, however we want to, with the city logo, and then go into some of the things that are going to be happening around. So we send 3,000 of these into the schools, and it goes up to about the 8th grade. And then inside all the things that we're doing, but we want to give the city, give publicity to our block party, our community, and have it be a part of this, because we're already spending $500. It was $447 last year to send this to all the schools. It's money well spent because it goes into every home. So that's going to advertise to you, and we're not asking for money because this is our way we can give back. For years, all these people down here have given prizes. We have so many prizes, we can hardly give them all away. So it's our way of giving back to the community. Recording, putting down all the different events that are going to happen. We have spring programs coming up. These are our brand new programs. We're having little baby animals come. I only brought one of these. I wish I brought one for everyone, but come in the library, I'll give you one.
Thank you. It's amazing what
Thank you.
when everyone works together.
It's a beautiful thing. I'm so
So the date for the summer reading kickoff?
June 11th.
June 11th. Mark the calendars.
The other thing, it was blind. Anyway, she came to me, she says, guess what? Our children's thing is going to be kicking off. They have a camp, a literacy camp. This year, guess what day it's kicking off? June 11th. And she said, we'll bring all 240 kids down to the library. And I said, that'll be wonderful. And we staggered them.
The theme is Reading Rocks.
Reading Rock. No, Libraries Rock.
Libraries Rock.
It's
Any
reading
other
so much
person
more.
wishing to address the council at this time? Seeing and hearing none, moving on. Item 4, public hearing. We have none, correct? Number 5, adoption of the agenda.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion to adopt the agenda as presented.
Second.
It's been moved in second to adopt the agenda. Any further discussion? Mrs. Powell.
The consent agenda, I wanted to change something that will
At
later.
the consent.
Oh, that's next. All right, that's right. Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, sign no. Motion carried with adoption of the agenda. Moving on to consent agenda. I'm saying, Ms. Powell, you have some questions?
Yes, on the consent agenda, there was a few things that I thought would really need just a brief discussion or explanation.
Not a problem. If you want to go down then, we can go through whichever one you concern, so everyone is...
Average of the discussion and action.
I would like to have letter C, the library budget, amended,
So that would be at
discussed.
Okay. We'll take that topic and we'll hit your next one.
And E,
B?
E.
community night,
Yes.
I'd like to see a brief discussion about that.
Okay.
Fire department symbol, I'd like to see action and discussion
So
about that.
F.
Yes, F.
Okay.
K,
Reconstruction for nothing.
yeah, I'd like to see a brief discussion about that, on the action agenda. bond financing, brief discussion on action, that as an action item. That would be L. M's, start Beer Fest.
Yes.
I'd like to see, that on the action, item, brief discussion, please. And on number 7, action items.
Just to clarify, the community event application is the first reading, right?
Correct.
Okay, so we're gonna see that again. I'm not telling you you shouldn't move it, I just wanted to make sure you know we're gonna see it again.
When is it scheduled?
April 7th?
That would be for next meeting.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, good enough?
Okay.
What we can do on these, we can discuss them now, and then adopt them with a consent, or if you remove them down to an action item.
Can we discuss things on the
Yeah.
agenda?
Yes, we can.
Of course. Okay, I always thought it was just a solid whole. Okay.
Mr. Mayor, it's adoption of the consent agenda is no discussion, so if she'd like to discuss them, she needs to move to action items.
Okay.
Or
have
discussion items, correct?
Well, we have to approve this there.
So,
So it should be on the action.
okay,
Okay, on item C, E, F, K, L, and M, we would move them from the consent to the action.
and
Yeah.
discussion and action, depending on what they are.
Discussion includes,
Okay,
They can be discussed at later.
yeah.
Okay, so when we go to 7, sidewalk project,
We'll move everything down below C, all the added ons, and then we can
okay.
discuss. All right?
Does that work for you? Yes?
Let's, we're gonna discuss sidewalk projects and the farmer's market project. That was,
Okay.
as long as we have a discussion.
Yep.
Okay, any other items on the consent agenda, any other council wish to move or just have, or move down? Hearing none, what's the will of the council?
Mr. Mayor, I'll make a motion to, I'm sorry, hold on, I just lost yes, sorry, I just lost my screen. I will make a motion to approve the consent agenda with the movement to discussion and action items that Ms. Powell
C, E, F,
C, E, F, K, L, M, and N. Whatever those were.
Any further
I'll do it.
discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote. Ms. Sampson?
Mr. Hall, can I
Yes.
please ask who seconded that motion?
Okay, last time. I'll start the roll again. Ms. Atkins?
Yes.
Ms. Conley?
Yes.
Mr. Gross?
Yes.
Mr. Hopkins?
Yep.
Mrs. Dixon?
Yes.
Ms. Powell?
Yes.
Mr. Hall votes yes. Motion carries. Approve the consent agenda as amended.
Now we're down to 7A.
And on to 7A, action items. Set a budget workshop for March 27th to 29th for Mrs. Falcon
And staff.
and staff.
It's that time of year. Staff and I are busy putting numbers in the proposed 2018-2019 budget, and we would like to present it to council like we did last year. The April meeting, the reason we would like to have it before the April meeting is because I feel at the April meeting, when we present it to the public and set the public hearing, it should be, there can be changes after that, but by that meeting, when we present it to the public, we already want your input in the budget at that time. So these are 2 dates that we,
I get on a plane on the 28th of March.
Oh, we'll be done by then.
so the 27th?
I can do the 27th.
27th, which will be Monday.
Tuesday.
Oh, no. I can do the Monday, the 26th.
I can do Monday the 26th, as long as we do it after school.
I've got another meeting that week.
What nights are somebody available?
I'm available every night on the 28th.
He is spending money without me. If you need to.
I can do the 26th to the 27th.
Me too.
27?
27, for sure.
I can do the 23rd or the 22nd too, although I don't know if that pushes you too much. Okay.
27th will be.
Right, no, I understand.
Well, what's the 19th through the 23rd look for everybody in March?
She just said she's not ready.
Doesn't look good for our finances.
I can do, we want to give it to you the Thursday prior, even if the budget workshop's Monday or Tuesday, the 26th or 27th. You know, we feel you should have at
So,
least a weekend to look at
the
it.
city council meeting is, when is the meeting?
The 12th.
The 12th.
of April.
Because, like, I could do the 9th.
Okay, let's start this. Who's available the 27th?
I am.
I could be, but preferably that Wednesday work for you.
I'm on a plane.
For Ms. Nixon?
I've only got the 26th of the weekend.
Okay. Mr. Gross, you're good?
The 28th, I would be working.
Okay. 28th is out for everyone?
Yeah, I'm on a plane.
Okay. How about the 29th?
I'm in Arizona.
Okay? Where are we going?
And usually.
Okay, the 30th?
I'm in Arizona.
Okay. Now we're moving into April 2.
I'm in Arizona.
Everybody else?
I get back the late night on the 5th.
Okay. We may have to, if we can get it approved, you know, anywhere in that week, maybe the county won't be able to be there, but.
And that's okay.
But I thought on the 27th, everybody get one person.
Yeah, we have.
I can do the 27th.
Okay, so there's two.
That'll be the one night.
Oh, Perry would have to be able to be here on the 27th.
That's the one night. Unless, you know, that gives us one night to go over everything, and then there's
Oh, we might
changes.
need more than one night, you're saying.
Well, that's what I'm saying, we need
Oh,
more than
I don't know.
2 or 3. So what night works like April 2nd? I'm still going down the list.
Oh, I see.
This is about been out there.
Second is what, a Monday?
It's Monday.
I can do
Probably make it work.
I can do the 3rd or the 6th that week.
The third is,
3rd is a Tuesday.
Third is Tuesday.
that's hard for me.
It's also
Okay.
planning commission.
Well, we can do it in another room.
Actually, planning commission is the week after because of spring break.
Yes, that's right, we moved it. So, the 3rd, how's the 3rd of April? Everybody's
It's better for me.
Most of my Tuesdays and Thursdays are shot.
Okay, we need to pick another date, so we may
Let's
just
try
have.
to make the second work if I'd have enough time probably.
I'm not sure on my time. I'm flying back on the 3rd.
If we get it done, get any changes done.
That's fine. I'm just telling you, that's my,
You get your first input the night of the 27th, and then the changes will come back to us the
yeah,
2nd.
and I can read. I
Second,
got a
everybody?
plan to read on.
Same time.
Okay. And it looks like April 2nd and March 27th at 6 here.
6 o'clock?
I thought we were talking about the 3rd. Did I hear you say that?
You said the 3rd, right?
Everybody went back to the 2nd.
Okay.
And if the budget, you keep an eye on your emails and stuff, you have concerns or concerns on the second meeting on the 7th, please respond back to the clerk.
There's one on the 27th, yes, no?
Yes.
Okay, what time?
27th at 6.
At 6.
And then the April 2nd at 6.
Okay.
And if you have concerns or questions on the second meeting, you can't make it, please correspond
I'll
with
just tell you. I'm sure it'll be wonderful.
or Mrs. Hoffman. Okay, sounds like we got a consensus here. April 2, right after April Fool's Day. Okay,
I'll give you guys a motion.
I would entertain a motion to those dates.
You said 6 o'clock on both of them, right?
I'll make that motion.
Okay, Ms. Hampson made the motion,
Second.
Mr. Hopkins seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, sign no. Motion carried, the day's set. Okay, item B, approve resolution 2018-08, the approval and Reserve Community Development Block Grant Sidewalk Project. I think you should pick it up, or who's,
CDBG.
who would like to speak to this?
I'll
All right. I'll entertain a motion for the sake of discussion.
I'd like to make a motion to approve resolution 2018-08 to approve the revised community development block grant sidewalk project plan.
Support.
Okay, discussion has been moved in support, or seconded. Any discussion?
Happy to answer any questions about location or the rediversion of the original plan. And I can
All this
just
stuff on the board.
go over it with you. So basically what you're seeing here right now, everything outlined in pink or highlighted in pink is what the CDBG defines as their target area. So
That is the Community Development Block Grant, not the Community Building Development Team.
correct. Yep.
So there's all, thank you.
The G is critical there.
Yep, through Kent County. So anywhere that's highlighted in pink, we would be grant eligible for these ADA compliant sidewalks improvement or revamp of. We all know that the sidewalks in Cedar are in need of some care in some areas. So our original plan was this. Sorry here. This was our original outline that we submitted to CDBG, which covered basically all of Second, all of First, and then all the cross streets to Main, and then the strip that comes out to the North Kent Senior Center, and then also the strip that comes along the south side, the north side of Maple Street for the heart of Cedar Springs. Because this side in its entirety, plus these 4 blocks, are not in that target area, we had to relocate all of this walk. So what we did was took the lineal feet of the original proposed project and came up with different options. So what CDBG said that we were able to do is we could keep project in the non-target area, but they would only cover ADA specific project, I guess, construction. So these red dots would be all the ramps. Okay, so they would pay for the ramps, but not the sidewalk in between the ramps. Okay, that would be at city cost. And that estimate was right around $225,000 if we were to make all these connecting walks in our original proposed idea. Moving forward, we took all of this, all of that walk, plus the ADA ramps out, and relocated it specifically in the target area, just in blocks. Now, I guess a couple of different thoughts went into different designs or plans for this, and that is not only for the engineering side of it, but also for the construction side of it. These contractors are going to be coming in, they're going to be looking at doing a significant, a huge project. So to have them hip-scotching all over town, it just becomes a really big, it becomes a pain in the butt for them, basically. So we tried to centralize as best as we possibly could in some of these proposals. This was one of them. Again, all of these maps, we did not, were with plus or minus 800 lineal feet of the original proposed total walk, just reallocated all in target area. So here's another proposed idea. Basically covered foot traffic heading north and southbound throughout the east side of town. Keeping this double walk here on both sides of First Street, also out to the senior center, but then just about the entire length of a couple of these streets. And then all of Oak, and that one little dirt trail that kind of cuts in between or behind the Veterans Memorial Park, out to the south side of North Park there, across that footbridge.
Is that we labeled that a park now, didn't we? Isn't that the walking park? No?
No.
Okay.
Just
The
that,
trail connector.
yeah, there's just an easement that runs through there. It's a trail that has a little
Got it.
crosswalk over the creek there.
I thought it was connected to the,
Yep.
Was there a replacement of that bridge that's there?
Say again?
Was there a replacement of the bridge that's there in the
The-
process of putting the walk in?
The cross bridge?
Yes.
No.
Okay, so one of these days we gotta get something there and put handrails. It would be very easy for somebody to fall off either side and so on. I was just wondering what was all involved with that.
Yeah, no, it's a good suggestion. Yeah.
So can we use that, even though it is an ADHD with the bridge deal, or does it just go to the bridge?
I'm sorry, say again?
Does it have to be ADHD just to that bridge? Is that, because the bridge is an
ADA.
ADA?
Yeah, it would. I'm not really sure how it would put up to that bridge. I didn't take that great of a look at it, but I'm sure they would be able to make it accessible to the bridge. I'm pretty sure that's kind of a graded bridge, isn't it? It's open slatted, like half-inch open slatted. So that would probably have to be something we'd have to take a look at in the future with the project. It's more so just for the amount of foot traffic that crosses through there, especially when it's wet and muddy. To be able to establish the walk there for the kids, I thought would be pretty nice.
Thank you. Did they say why they wouldn't cover the west side of Main and the Second Street corridor?
Yep, the west side of Maine,
What didn't qualify, I guess?
that was
In the target area?
because it wasn't in that target area.
Okay.
Yep, yeah, the pink highlighted sheet there shows you.
I can tell you've had these conversations since the morning.
Thank you.
What's it defines a target area?
CDBG.
Okay, because they said so? Is that, okay.
Mayor Hall,
Yes,
did they replace that sidewalk on Oak Street along the north side
yes,
while you were still in?
yes. They're probably 15 years old.
Okay.
They put
So
the
that's
walk
new
on.
compared to a lot of what we have.
Absolutely. And that was the width of the 4 foot. Where they would replace the walk, which I see, will be on the south side of Oak Street.
Right.
With the traffic, and that was really the
That's what I was trying to tell David, that that's relatively new walk through there. But,
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Will the property owners be assessed for their sidewalk in front of it, so it's all?
Nope. Yep, this was in the first slide that I showed you, the original proposed project to CDBG. Council had already approved our matching grant, which was at a 25% match to the CDBG. That would be all of the funds that would be necessary from the city to do the project. No special assessments on the residents at all. So this is the last map, and this was kind of favored in-house. So once again, we have the original proposed on the east side of Main Street, the connectors going to Main Street from First, the sidewalk coming out to the senior center, and then we also kept an additional cost, I might add, at about $13,500 on the north side of Maple Street there to add that sidewalk coming from basically where the library walk ends across the fire station and out to the White Pine Trail, just given the fact that we're going to be building and developing that area. And it's, while they're doing the project, we would like to see that stay there. Just an option, of course. But we took away the east side of First Street, so there is no double walk on First, and we basically reallocated on the south side of Oak Street to have walk Over here in front of the church, that walk's not too bad. It's fairly decent. Probably the best walk I've seen on Oak. And once again, the easement or the trailway that goes from Oak up to North Park. This walk across East Ash, that big open development area, future development area that Dean's owns. And then these connectors down to 17 Mile. There's an awful lot of foot traffic you see every day coming up and down these roads here. This would just be able to give an awful lot of options for kids to travel in the mornings, rather than in the middle of the road. Any questions on this slide? Yes.
So am I correct in understanding that you looked at condition, foot traffic, and also trying to consolidate, and in your opinion, this is our best way to go to cover all three of those issues?
To cover the amount of ground, foot coverage, foot traffic, and for constructability and ingenuity, I guess, this makes the most sense.
Okay.
Just because we're not so spread out. We're still doing full lengths of sidewalk here. You know, we're not doing a half a block and then coming down here and doing a half a block. And, you know, a lot of these walks, yeah, they may have been installed 15 years ago, and they might be crowding in at 3.5 foot wide from people not trimming or maintaining walk, but there might still be cement there, but how good is it going to be in 5 years, you know? And the whole idea of this project is to make everything ADA compliant. That's kind of the selling point of the project.
Okay, so on Oak Street, is it going to go all the way down into Red Plain Lakers and the Meadow Apartments?
Correct.
Okay, good.
And I might add, and I might be putting my foot in my mouth here a little bit, but this is what CDBG wants to see right here, is this map, okay? They want an approved map. If there comes a section like in front of the church here that is ADA compliant and it's good walk and it's going to be good walk in 10, 15 years, we can take that amount of walk and reallocate it somewhere else. It's not like this is it, that's it.
Okay.
You know, as things come up throughout the project year, like we don't need to replace that or we really should replace that before we replace that, we can move things a little bit just as long as we're not going above our original, you know, grant monies, basically. So.
Any other questions on Mr. Duca?
I have a question. We have in the past had a list of people that wanted sidewalks and were willing to pay whatever our sharing was. I can't remember if it was 50% or if it was, I feel like it was 50.
Yep.
We did 50, and it was our block. And as money would come available, people could say, like, hey, I would like to do that. So these are people who voluntarily said, I'm willing to pay half. And I didn't know if that list still exists, and does it connect with this at all?
It doesn't connect to this at all, and it can't connect with us at all due to the federal regulations, being federal monies. We can't include any other type of program with it.
Got it. Okay.
It's this program, and that's
Fair
it.
enough. I was just wanting to know if that was another piece that we should be laying over the top of it. And people are like, hey, I offered to pay for half, and I'm not getting my sidewalk.
Right.
So.
One other piece to this project would be on 18 Mile. The walk kind of ends here. It was stubbed out to continue over to the trailer park. We did include this walk in the total project, so walk here, and then walk basically to the central part of the trailer park there.
That's good. That needs to happen.
Yep, and then also this little corner right here, that was never completed. I figured about $325 of city money, because that's not in target area, would be allocated towards that one little corner
And
there.
we could just finish it.
The ramps there, it's just, I think it's a, what was it, 36 square foot area, so it's not very bad.
Did I read that was asphalt, not sidewalk? Or am I mistaken?
No, this is all concrete sidewalk, yep, and we'll be adding concrete,
That corner does get a lot of traffic from the bikers
what the sidewalks are, because I walk every one of them here in town during my day and counted slabs broken and otherwise, and I hope that list is still there, but this is a big undertaking. The city has wanted new sidewalks for the last 15 years.
Oh, forever.
One of the target areas, and it's on this project to be done, is from Oak Street to Muskegon Park. That's the main walkway for the children, so thank you much for all your hard work.
Thank you. And they really are a game changer. How long ago was it that our section at 5th Street, we did it? At least 5? I was going to say, well, he was 10 and he was alive. So, I'm going to say 7?
Yeah,
John and I lived there, and we lived there in 2008,
yeah,
so it must have been 2009 or 2010.
it's a great improvement.
And it's dramatic. What a difference. We had the old falling apart, like you could probably have a skateboard ramp coming up one huge up, and we took it out, and it's the wide ADA, and
Easier to shovel.
it's easier to shovel, it's easier to snow blow, you're not kicking rocks around. It's easier for the kids and their bikes and their bicycles. For walking, your wife loves to come walk, and yeah, it's just so much better.
I do want to just make sure that I did cover that the sidewalk that would be on the north side of Maple Street, in between Main and the White Pine Trail, that would be an additional cost to the city at $13,500 estimated, and that small little corner at $325 or so.
And do we still maintain the list of people that would like to?
I've never seen a list, nor have I heard anybody wanting to.
Okay. New list. So, just for what it's worth, the way it used to work was that if people wanted to, like our whole block.
That's if the city had the money to put.
Well, but the idea is if they know that your block is willing, like it was our entire block that said we would like this to happen and we're willing to pay our half.
If I remember right, wasn't that part of a grant as well, the CDBG or CDBT, something like that? No, it wasn't?
The city had a sidewalk fund, they would put money into it every year, and then once it got to a certain amount, they would take the list first come, first served. And depending on what street, if you were on a major or a local, the funds for a major street was like 50%, and a local street was the city would front 25% of the cost. So that was just to help get it going. But that program went aside, no money, and we ran out of money.
But
Something to think about.
something for future reference, and again, the idea was if you could get everybody on one block to decide they wanted to do it, your economies of scale, just like Sardines came in and did the whole block, and the city paid half, and we all paid half.
Okay, any other questions or discussion?
I have one just quickly. CBDT, are they going to need a curb cut in that short section on Maple from the fire station or last of the sidewalk over? Are they going to want to be hauling things, trailering things down into the bench?
Down into the what?
The band shell when they create it? Or the
amphitheater?
Amphitheater.
Well,
They may need to drive through there, so it might be something you want to take a look at, David,
yep,
and see before you put it all in, then have to carve it out straight in your driveway.
sure, yep,
Okay, just thought.
yep, thank you.
Yeah, I do believe there is a path going up to it at some point in the diagram for site plan, so.
Just a consideration.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. When is this projected to happen?
Well, it was projected to be approved tonight, and after its approval tonight, we can basically submit that revised map to CDBG, and after they approve it, we're gonna get the ball rolling. Maybe Darla or Rebecca can help me as far as the next first date, as far as.
Well, after tonight, our engineer will submit a SHPO permit application. That takes 60 days. In that 60 days, the engineers will be designing via aerials and GIS data the actual route. Week of May 28th, the county will be doing the bidding out of the project. May 28th, the county will be receiving and reviewing comments. Bid opening June 21, awarding of the bid is June 25th through July 1st. Could be started as soon as July 16th.
Great. Okay, if there's any other further discussion for a call for the vote?
Mr. Mayor, I know it's up to you to choose to recognize someone from the audience, but you do have a person in the audience with a question.
Oh, well,
I don't know the procedure, so I don't want to mess it up.
well, right now, we're not allowed to anyone address us from the audience.
I just had a question for him.
Okay, brief, let's call for the vote here, and then when we're done, how's that? Does that work?
Your game.
Thank you, thank you. Any further discussion on call to vote? Mr. Hopkins?
Yes.
Mr. Groves?
Yes.
Mrs. Nixon?
Yes.
Mrs. Conley?
Yes.
Mrs. Powell?
Yes.
Ms. Atkins?
Yes.
McCall votes yes. If you'd like to step over.
I voted yes until it's done now.
Okay, sorry. Moving on to,
Can we make sure this gets on the website when it's all approved by so like our community knows what's coming and when it's coming and.
Once the county
Right.
board approves it.
Of course. Not, I mean, yeah, we shouldn't tell something's gonna happen before it does, but.
publicize. Item C, motion to allow city manager to place a sign on city property on behalf of the Cedar Springs Farmers Market. In the packet, it explains what there will be. Simple little sign just to announce the farmers market. What's the will of the council?
Preferably not to block or obstruct the clock tower that is there.
Well, I think it'll be, yes, most general, thank you, or attached.
Yeah, not attached to it.
So that's calling the motion?
Yes, I'd make a motion to allow it to be at that corner, but not obstructing the clock tower or attached to the clock tower.
Second?
Second. Did you say? Sorry.
Okay.
I thought you were calling
You
for a
can
second.
second my second.
Well, I thought you were calling for a second. Okay.
Or
Thank you.
I can third.
Okay, discussion items. I think, it's a good idea, and I think Mr. Womack will definitely do an illegal sign, but in order to put a sign on city property, he needs our permission. Any other discussions on that? We ensure clear vision of the intersection, and it's not blocking the clock tower. That is a condition. Yes, Ms. Lawrence.
My issue is putting any kind of advertising sign, like cemetery, veterans, memorials, city grounds, memorial garden, veterans, Vietnam Veterans Park. And right now, with the Legion, we are in the process of creating the Veterans Tribute Clock Tower around that. So we have to be aware that those are kind of sacred grounds. And there are easily other places to put the sign for the farmers market, which would be very visible.
I was looking on the agenda, and I thought
It would be under discussion this topic also. What she was referring to.
yes. That was part of things we moved. So I agree. So everybody's in favor of allowing the manager to put a sign up. It would be similar to the one in the library, yeah, the little tenant one, and it would be taken down seasonally. Weekly.
Yeah.
Basically, it'll be up for this summer, and then next summer we'll have to address it again.
I'm assuming.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Ms. Hopkins.
I think it should be like any of the churches and them, if they can't have theirs up all week, then we should be able to have the farmers market up all week. Unless we're gonna allow the churches and them to do theirs all week. That's just my personal.
I was just gonna say, Mr. Mayor, I think think Rockford has one that they put up and down for their farmers market.
They have one across the main street and they leave it up for the summer.
Okay.
So we get the bridge.
But I thought there was one that they put up and down that's like over near the dams.
They have one
Where I've
that's,
seen it.
sorry, they have one that's stationary in the parking lot down at Butler Park there, that they hold the farmer's market in.
Okay.
And it's basically at the starting point of the farmer's market. There's a sign there, that's where they barricade it off. That's all dedicated to the farmer's market.
I see.
Mr. Duquette, do you know where he intended on putting that? Have you discussed it with you?
I haven't heard anything official though.
He's being very careful.
Moving on. Okay, what's the will of the council?
I think we voted.
No, we haven't.
No.
Oh.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, I'll do a roll call. Ms. Atkins?
Yes.
Ms. Conley?
Yes.
Mr. Gross? Yes. Mr. Hopkins?
Yes.
Ms. Nixon?
Yes.
Ms. Powell?
No.
These are all votes yes. There will be some discussion with Mr. Womack on our concern. And I'm sure staff will bring it up. Okay.
Thank you for voting that time.
Concludes. If we have our extra back to get my list for Mr. Powell.
So then it's,
E would be, library budget.
right.
Okay, we can start out,
You want to see first
well,
We did see,
the library budget?
That's
we did see, yeah.
she
The
will
C from the, if I may say all.
Item 7D, the next item on the agenda is motion to approve library budget amendments as presented.
Awesome. You are a rock star.
Okay.
So library budget.
Okay, would someone care to speak to this and then, or?
I can.
Thank you, Ms.
Sure. Every month I present the monthly financials to the department heads, and we all really keep an eye on our own budgets. There is the Budget Act. I don't know the number off the top of my head. I apologize.
That's okay.
As a city, we have to keep a balanced budget. Of course. So I met with
That's state law.
Yeah. Yep. With Director Clark and Treasurer Becky Powell regarding the library's fund in its entirety. And January 1, the minimum wage went up, which the part-time workers that work there got a bump up. We had to do that. So
That's state law.
that amended their part-time salaries line item. So in amending that, we looked at other line items, the cleaning service. An employee used to do the cleaning there. Now, due to the size of their building, they hire that out. We thought that was important enough to have its own line item. A couple other minor insurance, telephone, bank fees, just a little bit more than the previous library. We amended them. On the revenue side, they are working on, it's confidential at this point, but some additional donations that will be coming in before June 30th. We thought we needed a budget for that. And then they are bringing in more revenue due to the credit cards that they accept now at the library. The fine services is a revenue line item, and they're bringing in more money there. So we amended the budget to add $23,500 in revenue, additional expenses $18,338. Just a formality. The library board approved this February 26th at their meeting. Then it comes to this board for final approval.
Will the council?
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Any further discussion?
I just want to say how fortunate we are to have that wonderful library and donations to help keep it going. And that was what I wanted
To
to
talk
accept
about.
and discuss.
And Mr. Mayor, if I could ask Ms. Clark a quick question on that. So the credit card thing that's somehow helping, what is this?
Well, before we never had that capability, and people are coming in and just, they're paying their bills, and they don't just wait until they have the money. The credit card comes
streamlined. Thank you.
So if you have a library fine, or you would like to make a donation,
You wanna buy something?
you can now do that with your credit card at
Right.
the library.
I would like to add one thing about Evelyn Bliss from Bliss Vitters and Card. She was 97, she passed away. We have received over $1,000 in donations from her memory.
Great.
And we've got probably a couple of $1,000 that doesn't show up in the budget yet for summer reading program.
Okay.
The money's coming in,
And if people would like to make a donation in her name, that's a thing they could do.
yes.
Roll
She
call
wanted
vote.
that.
Any other discussion, or roll call vote? Mrs. Atkins?
Yes.
Ms. Conley?
Yes.
Mr. Rhodes?
Yes.
Mr. Hopkins?
Yep.
Mrs. Nixon?
Yes.
Ms. Powell?
Yes.
May all vote yes, motion carries. Now moving on to E, motion to pay $30 to secure a booth for April 19th on the 2018 Cedar Springs Community Night. As we pass this, I would encourage all the council people to take a time slot in that booth. It gives us good exposure and talk about our
It's from
department.
7 to 9,
6 to 9.
6 to 9.
Tonight.
Marion,
What's the will of the council?
Mr. Mayor, I'll make a motion to spend the $30 to have a city council booth at the community night.
second.
Any further discussion?
I guess the only thing I want to discuss is the fact that the community night is now run by the Rotary, and they do support a lot of our nonprofits in our community. And I just encourage anybody to come in and look at all the terrific things that are going on,
Yes.
and how important they are. So, thank you for that.
Thank you. Roll call vote. Ms. Atkins?
Yes.
Ms. Conley?
Yes.
Mr. Rhodes?
Yes.
Mr. Hopkins?
Yep.
Ms. Nixon?
Yes.
Ms. Powell?
Yes.
Mayor, all vote yes, motion carries. Item F, motion to allow the fire department to use the Cedar Springs Fire Department symbol for fundraiser during the summer festival. Wonderful.
I'd like to make that motion.
Second.
They moved and seconded. Fourth.
We get third first?
All right. This is a great deal. I appreciate the fire department taking this initiative, and I do recall, remember back in the days when there was some controversy about this patch, and I think it's a wonderful patch.
With the mayor's blessing, I'd like to make my own personal comment on that. I was approached by an individual that's involved with the summer celebration program. I didn't have a problem with them using a facsimile of the fire department. However, I voiced my opinion on the legalities, liability, and everything of somebody wearing a fire department t-shirt into an establishment of question, and how that would look to the general public if there was somebody in there doing things that may not be to the standard that we would like them to be. I referred this individual to the city manager, and as the last I knew, they were in discussion as to exactly what it was going to be. I want to go on record to say that anything to do with the fire department should be held in the utmost regard for our appearance and whatever. In layman's terms, I don't want somebody somewhere doing stupid thing with a department t-shirt on. And I would like to talk to Mr. Womack when he gets back from vacation, and also express my concerns to him.
I agree, possibly putting a logo underneath it, donation.
We support.
We support.
I'm sure there's going to be some solution, yes, but just to, originally it was to take a patch and screen printed on a t-shirt. No. The fire department personnel goes back quite a few years that the taxpayers' dollars should not be used to purchase personal clothing, so the fire department personnel took it upon themselves to buy their own t-shirts, and we have several different designs that over the years, and I'd like to guess I know I'm gonna catch some flack from a lot of people, but that's my feelings and I will stick by them.
Is this patch been used before then?
Pardon me?
This patch been used before, or?
Yes, the patch that we have today is on all our uniforms.
Yes.
And on some of our t-shirts.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
could we maybe table this until we know for sure what's going to be used?
If that's the council's wishes.
There was a couple examples that said, we love the fire department, or Cedar Springs Fire Department. I forget what the other one was.
I haven't seen them.
I brought the motion because I thought this could be discussed for the same thing that Chief Frazier has talked about. The members of the department hold that patch in quite high esteem.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay? We don't want to see it abused, we don't want to see it all anyplace else.
of course.
So,
What's the will of the council? We'd like to withdraw that motion and table this and...
Or we can make a motion to table.
But do you have a question?
I have a question. Because my understanding, after Western read this, is that that patch was going to be used in advertisement of this event.
That was the fundraiser for the fire department. That was my understanding too, upon the way I'm reading this.
Right, I didn't, they're actually talking about putting this on a shirt or selling the patches or...
T-shirt, I believe, silkscreen on a t-shirt. That's why I think maybe we should,
okay, now we've had our discussion. I would like to withdraw my motion.
okay.
Well, I will.
If you vote no, it's voted down.
Okay.
If we withdraw, then there's no action
Yeah.
taken if there's no motion made.
Yeah, we can also table it to talk about it later, but
Well, we've withdrawn.
then I withdraw my second, that's fine. Sure.
Okay, motion.
Real quick to answer Mrs. Nixon's comment. I'm not sure, I have not had a chance to sit down with the city manager since the individual was referred to him, so I don't know if they come to a decision. But the original concept was to, yes, put a fire department logo patch type thing, copy what we have on a t-shirt or whatever.
Okay.
But
I'm
I
completely
think that
understanding
is-
this differently
I
then.
think that has changed, but I'm not sure. Like I said, I have not talked to the city man.
I think we should table this or let it go and have it come back next month. Because there'll be time to have it finished until we get clarification and everybody's on the same page.
I would like to see something that says we support the Cedar Springs Fire Department, something like that, without the patch.
And beyond that, I'm very supportive of the Cedar Springs Fire Department wearing their uniforms, using city trucks, using water, whatever is necessary for their own fundraising. I know that that was an issue at one point when they were trying to set up a fireman's auxiliary, and a previous city manager, who shall not be named,
Down the road.
well, I'm just saying, didn't want them, said you can't wear your uniforms if you're fundraising. And I would advocate you can. I mean, and I would say, thank you, and may the force be with you, and please, if you are willing to fundraise to keep our fire department afloat, of course you may come representing the fire department. But that's for the actual members of the fire department.
Real quick, and considering the time factor here, it was discussed that if we established a 501c3, that we would not be allowed to use city-owned property, water, soap, mops, buckets, anything like that. However, if we set up like an auxiliary account with the city and did our fundraisers, it would go through the budget process like everything else, and that was allowable, and we could use them.
It can be done with title and
This is a comment here from Andrew Womack. His such phrases and symbols may, I love the Cedar Springs Fire Department, or I support the Cedar Springs Fire Department as part of the summer festival. So I think with Chief Frazier and Councilor Gross, if you would also assist in them to come up with a suitable...
Well, I told you what I would like to see, and I'd be willing to talk